Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to talk about Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. And first things first, the tale of the tape. Now, Canelo Alvarez has a record of 61-2-2 with 39 knockouts. He is 34 years old. He's about 5'7.5" with a 70.5-inch reach. Berlanga has a record of 22-0 with 17 knockouts. 16 of those actually coming in the first round, and those 16 actually came in the first 16 fights that he had, which is insane to think about. A boxing pundit, Chris Algieri, put it simply: in his first 16 fights, he only went 16 rounds because he finished everybody in the first. Very, very impressive to think about. But he is 6'1" and he has 73-inch reach. Both of these guys have fought in 2024, so both of them should be sharp enough. Both of them should be in shape enough. What we can take away from looking at these numbers is that while Berlanga is the younger, bigger man, Canelo, offsets that with his experience. He has triple the amount of fights Berlanga has, guys. And that's just total fights. If we talking championship fights, bro, Canelo has like 15 plus, maybe 20 plus, compared to Berlanga's 0. So, guys, that speaks volumes. Their fighting experience is galaxies apart, given that context. So, in this video, I won't be covering Canelo much, just because we all know who he is and what he brings to the table. He was the undisputed champ until he recently vacated the IBF. He's been the face of boxing for a while now. We all know Canelo, we all know Canelo. If you watch boxing, you know Canelo. So in this video, I'm gonna talk more about Berlanga. Who is this kid that keeps spouting out where he from over and over again? Who's this Puerto Rican kid from New York? And does he have the goods? Does he have what it takes to dethrone the king, the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez? We don't know, but we'll start with this. Who is Edgar Berlanga? Well, he's a cool little boxer, with good power and heavy hands. If I were to very quickly, sum him up, that's exactly what I would say. But let's unpack that. Let's dig a little bit deeper. He's a big dude for the weight class. He is all of 6'1". He is all of 168 pounds. He is a big guy, especially standing next to Canelo. You guys have seen the face-offs. He's big. He is big. He is also a heavy-handed power puncher. He naturally has heavy hands, but he likes to knock people out. So he throws with vigor, guys. He throws with a little extra oomph. Nah, actually, scratch that. He throws with a lot of extra oomph. He throws to whack somebody's head off, clean off their neck. You know what I mean? He throws with so much power, you'd think he's trying to decapitate his opponents. Aside from that, he's a decent boxer with a decent jab, decent footwork, decent IQ, decent defense. He's just decent, you know what I mean? His jab, at times it's good, but I would call it uneducated. He really only throws it one of two ways. It's either a quick tap jab to set up the power right, or it's a damaging shotgun jab. That's it. 90% of the jabs he throws, it'll be one of those two. He's also economical with it too. He doesn't use it very often, which I don't like, because the jab is the most important weapon in the game. His footwork is decent at best. He's pretty flat-footed because he does like to throw power shots, and he loses balance a fair amount of times, again, because he likes to swing for the fences. His IQ, Caleb Plant said it best, it's just not up to par. You'll find him throwing the same punches and combos over and over and over again. He does set up traps here and there, but he hasn't done it against any real world-class opponents. Defense, decent at best. He gets touched up a lot, actually, but when he wants to be defensive, I've seen him, do his thing on that end, but you will never, ever mistake him for a Floyd or a Pernell or even a Winky Wright. His chin, he's been rocked and he's been dropped, but I don't think it's anything concerning, so I'd say decent as well. So that kind of establishes the level Berlanga is in. So what does he do good? Well, to start, We'll start with the obvious, and that is definitely his power, his heavy hands and power. That makes him dangerous. If he lands flush on you, you are in danger. You know what I mean? And he's explosive, so that enhances the chances of him landing on you and the impact if and when he does land on you. Like I said before, he's also big, especially against Canelo. He's big and long, so he can use that to his advantage. And in fact, in most interviews he's had, he always brings up the fact that Munguia gave up his height and reach advantage against Canelo. And he seems adamant on doing the complete opposite. Berlanga, that is. He seemed like he's gonna utilize, that advantage against Canelo. And I happen to think that's the right play. You know what I mean? He does like to fight in the mid-range, so just keep Canelo in his range, but stay out of Canelo's. I like that. He's also, he's a good counter puncher. He does rip to the body well with his hooks and uppercuts. So I am a fan of that. And he has a good 1-2, a cool little 1-2. That if he lands well, it could be bad for Canelo. You know what I mean? But that's all I got for him. If you're talking about what he got going for himself, let's talk about what he lacking. To start, his technique. It's not very impressive, to say the least. He would throw wide at times, and proper technique really matters to get the most out of your punches, right? He throws his shots wide at times, which I don't know, which definitely affects his accuracy, because that's another thing that I really don't like, his accuracy. He's not very accurate. He also has a weak inside game. He looks awkward in there, and I don't see him much on the inside because he would tie up to avoid inside fighting. I touched on it a little bit before, but his defense, he does have a habit of hopping straight back to avoid punches, and he's just susceptible to the lead left. He's very susceptible to getting hit by the lead left. He gets hit with the left jab pretty easily, as well as the left hook. I've seen these punches land on him over and over. Look at his most recent fight, even against McCrory. That fight, he dominated for the most part. Take a look at it, the right side of his face, guys. It is marked up, it's pieced up, it's bruised, and he even developed a cut. You know what I mean? It's because he just couldn't defend the left hand. He also has a bad habit of lunging in, especially when he throws those power rights. Like I said before, he likes to swing for the fences, and he throws his balance way off at times. There are also moments where he admires his work. He's not a very fluid boxer, Berlanga. You know what I mean? Some stuff isn't second nature to him. Some stuff you can see it takes him a split second longer than does the elites. Hell, not even the elites, man. Even just good boxers. Like, when good boxers see something, they react right away. If they see an opening, it's an instant reaction, right? They're gonna strike. When you watch Berlanga, you can see him see an opportunity, but his body takes a split second longer to execute the move, to execute the play. Yes, we're talking microseconds here, but in the sport of boxing, you're talking world level boxing, world class boxing, that split second is equivalent to a whole minute, guys. So as you can see, Berlanga isn't the best boxer out there, but does he have a shot against Canelo? Canelo is getting old. He's 34. This will be his 66th fight. He's been fighting professionally since he was 15, guys. He is old. He's old. And Berlanga is young. He's hungry. He's big and strong. So does he have a chance? Well, yes. He has a puncher's chance for sure. I'll give him a 20% chance. He lands a wild right hand out of desperation, where he catches Canelo and staggers him. Maybe gives him the noodle legs, and he pounces on Canelo and knocks him out. I give him 20%. Other than that, no shot. I see him getting schooled, to be honest, guys. He's gonna eat so many jabs. I'm telling you that right now. Canelo is gonna play with him. He's gonna get countered over and over. And I think an uppercut down the middle or a left hook will put him on his back. Whether he beats the count or not, I'm not sure, but I know he's touching the canvas at least once in this fight. Listen, guys, he has way too much fat in his punches. I see Canelo punching with him, right? And because Canelo's punching technique is that much better, and he's so much more precise and accurate. He's gonna land his, and Berlanga is gonna eat something he doesn't see coming. Now the left hook is very probable because I've seen in his fights, it's like he loves eating left hooks. He can't avoid it. But I also said an uppercut because his guard is so wide. Even when up close, his guard is just wide open in the middle. I think it's just poor defensive fundamentals. I think that's what it is with him. I think that he'll actually start slow. I feel that he actually fears Canelo, or he'll respect him too much, and he'll be afraid of the counters, and he'll have his guns holstered early. He was yapping about how, this being a battle of wits, a battle of IQ. So I think he's gonna overthink. This is a humongous step up fight for him after all. So, and I think Canelo will start slow as well. I think Canelo would want the young pup to feel comfortable. So he'll take his time, he'll hide what he really is capable of, and he'll have Berlanga feeling himself to the point that Berlanga is gunslinging, and that's when the counters will come, right? That's when Canelo is going to start slipping those wide swings from Berlanga, and that's when he's going to start throwing those counters that'll floor the poor kid. You know what I mean? And once he touches the canvas, guys, Berlanga will go in survival mode. He's talking about he's from Puerto Rico, he's from New York, he's this, he's that, and it's no way he'll tuck his tails in between his legs and run. But once he tastes that sweet, sweet world-class power, I'm telling y'all, he will realize he don't belong in there, and it'll be too much. And I even see Canelo dancing on him or taunting him in there, because I'm telling you, I can definitely see Berlanga cowering in there at some point. No disrespect, you do step in there, you're not a coward, but you guys know what I mean. Berlanga simply ain't on that level, and anybody who isn't biased can clearly see that. He's not even on Munguia's level. I think a fight with Billy would be fun. That's the type of step-up competition he should be having at this point of his career. Not against the king, guys. He should be fighting the likes of Billy or Pacheco, you know what I mean? Those guys. Not even Munguia. Not even Plant. He's not on that level yet. But you know what? Shout out to Berlanga one time for hyping the fight up. He does come with a good trash talk game, and I know a good few casuals or Canelo haters is buying what he is selling. So, good on him for making the most out of his opportunity. I respect that. But no shot is he winning this fight unless he lands that crazy miracle punch. But that's it for me, you guys. Tell me what you think of the fight. Tell me who you think and how. And please leave a like and subscribe. And I really want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Thank you.